And we are live, guys. Welcome to another live stream from Men of High Value channel. My name is Joseph Darling. Today we're talking about semen retention and aggression. Someone asked that question in a comment and I was like, oh yeah, I need to speak about that. I haven't done that ever, actually, specifically on aggression and anger, because it's kind of interesting to me because I've never had that problem, really. I mean, sometimes maybe, but man, it's difficult to remember. But a lot of guys are experiencing this, especially during their first 30 days. So I'm going to explain about it. First of all, semen retention is all about increasing your testosterone level, but not only increasing it, but being able to control the testosterone levels that you've got going on in your body. Not only is it about controlling it, but it's about consistently having that testosterone level be in harmony with all of your other hormones in your body. Okay, like if you get the wrong balance of things going on in your brain, it's going to be difficult for you to know how to behave, know how to control yourself, what to do in every situation, because it's going to be too much. Okay, we want you to get to a level where your emotions are consistent. Like it's the same. It doesn't change. It's just like because if you have a consistency of emotions, you know what to expect from your emotions. It's not like, whoa, what was that? It's do you understand what I mean? Like you actually want to have emotions that you can predict. Because if you can predict your emotions, you'll be able to be predictable. And if you're predictable, then you can be someone that people can trust. If you're not predictable as a person, as a human being, then people will be like, don't go around that guy. Like one time I saw him blow up and like he started yelling at people and hitting people and stuff like that. That's dangerous. That's like, you don't want to be that person. You want to be the person, man, that guy, he's just chill. Like he's awesome. He's like always like this. That's the guy you want to be. And semen retention allows you to become that guy. Okay, if you've always been annoyed and irritated and angry and all that stuff throughout your entire life, semen retention is going to change that if you apply it the right way. It's going to help you to be completely chilled because you've got confidence, because you've got control over your emotions, control over your body, and you are able to be in front of other people without being all over the place emotionally. That's confidence. Confidence is attractive, both for women in your lives, but also for men in your lives. Like other guys, they want to be around confident guys. They want to be around guys that, that they can trust and that is just chill, if that makes sense. Who wants to have friends who continuously snap at them and get upset with them and angry with them and annoyed with them? Like, no. If you're completely masculine, all of your relationships are amazing. Okay? And if they're not amazing, it's because they struggle with something. Okay? Very often people believe that the more masculine you are, the more you're like, nah, blah, 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 blah. That's not correct. When you're masculine, you have stability of emotion, and that's why you're rational about things. You know that if you're not people skilled with this person, then this person might try to hurt you at a time when you're not ready for, them hurting you, if you understand what I mean. Being people skilled with everyone is also a protection mechanism to make sure that everyone around you are happy. And if they're not happy, you explain that this is your standard. You can be their friend. You don't mind being there for them and protecting them and being, whatever for them, but you expect this in return. If you're confident about it, very often that person will submit to your standard and respect you simply because you're masculine and more masculine than they are and have more confidence than they have. And they know that if they did something bad to you, like in terms of initiating violence or aggression or anything like that, you'd kick their ass. Like, do you understand what I mean? Like they trust that you actually will follow through with your words, if that makes sense. Only in self-defense, of course, because that's the masculine thing to do. Okay, so how does this work in terms of semen retention? During your first 30 days, as I've explained before, and I'm going to explain again and again and again, this is the worst time of semen retention, okay? Like, semen retention for 30 days is ridiculous. Like, to do No Nut November, and then I just wanted to do that 1 month, man. Those 30 days, man, that was the hardest things in my life, man. But like, semen retention is very interesting. It's pretty cool, but not for me. Oh my gosh, like, those guys miss out grand scale, okay? Because it's the worst part of semen retention. It's not even semen retention, in my opinion. It's you've got to get to 90 days. You've got to live it, okay, to understand semen retention, because the first 30 days are horrific. This is the time where your femininity is being measured. Okay, and what do I mean by femininity? Your emotions being all over the place. If in your first 30 days of semen retention, you actually manage to stay away from edging, you actually manage to stay away from porn, but your emotions are like, boom, 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 all over the place in terms of some days you feel depressed, some days you feel anxious, some days you like don't want to talk to anyone, some days you want to talk to everyone and you're really fired up. Other days, like, you really feel it at the gym. Other days, you're just like, oh man, I feel so weak and I don't know what's wrong with me and I'm so tired. And like this, that, and the other. It is unpredictable what's going to happen in your first 30 days. Like, you can't come and tell me, bro, I was on day 17 and I experienced this. Like, is this normal? Anything is normal in your first 30 days. You cannot predict it, because it's based upon you. It's based upon your femininity. It's based upon what's going on in the concoction of your brain, right? All of your emotions are now coming to the surface. You're now facing the truth of who you are and what you struggle with, right? So if I do 30 days of semen retention, right, if I was to relapse at any point, whatever, then I would have to work with the stuff that I'm struggling with, if that makes sense. Every person is struggling with different things because they've all got a different past. So now everything is coming to the surface in your first 30 days. Your aggression, your issues, your violence issues, your this, that, and the other. Like, I had one guy who said, like, I wanted to attack this woman and rape her and stuff. Like, I'm not, oh my gosh, like, okay, like, he's had really difficult issues in his past, obviously. You know what I mean? So people experience different things different ways in their first 30 days. However, when you manage to get past those first 30 days, what's going to happen? You are sending signals now to your body that there is way too much sperm production going on, okay, after those 30 days. And I'm going to tackle the aggression and anger afterwards. I'm going to get back to it. But after those first 30 days, you're going to get what we call a flat line, right? And this flat line is basically your brain telling your body that there's way too much sperm production going on, way too much testosterone going on. Okay, that's interesting, because people believe that their testosterone levels are just going to shoot through the roof the longer that they do semen retention. Not so yet. Okay, eventually you'll get to there, but not yet. First, the testosterone is going to go high, and then it's going to plateau because it doesn't understand what's going on with your body, and then it's going to decrease. Okay, between days of 30 to 60, it's pretty much your testosterone levels decreases because it's based upon your production of sperm. Okay, you produce a lot of sperm, there's going to be high testosterone, but then you're going to drop it again, when you ejaculate. But now you're actually practicing living a lifestyle where your body is recognizing what's going on, and it's basically helping you out in such a way as to make your processes optimal for you, if that makes sense. So the flat line is about decreasing your testosterone, decreasing the amount of tension and like things going on so that you can easily control it. Okay, so you want to have that. You don't want to be testosterone and then die, right, inside because of your ejaculation, and then testosterone and die, because then your emotions will be inconsistent. And if your emotions are inconsistent, then your behavior very often will be inconsistent. Okay, because you won't be able to control yourself when you're in front of beautiful women. If you can't control yourself in front of beautiful women, you'll be chasing women. And if you're chasing women, you're not chasing your goals. Does that make sense? The higher testosterone level you have when you're continuously ejaculating, the less you're able to control yourself. And the less you're able to control yourself, you'll go in the opposite way of your dreams. Women will be your purpose instead of your goals and dreams being your purpose. Right? So we want to help you to get to a point where all the time, continuously, your purpose is your purpose. And your purpose is whatever you choose your purpose to be, which includes your family, right? In the future, 3 girls in love. That's what you want. Okay, if you don't know what that is, then check out my channel a bit deeper. I don't believe in monogamy, but I do not believe in sleeping around either. So you want to make sure that you're always focused on your goals. And if you have testosterone levels that you can control, then you can channel those emotions and that testosterone level and that drive and that motivation and that manliness in the correct direction. You will achieve your dreams and goals because you'll have capacity to take more action than the other guy. Okay? Having this masculine fire in you continuously helps you to achieve your goals in whichever category of life you want. That's what we're working towards. But in the process, you will have a flat line between 30 to 60 days so that it's controllable, so that you can actually control your emotions and you don't really feel like doing anything, which is fine. It's during that time when your brain actually can take over. It's not anymore your body controlling your thoughts and your body controlling what you're doing at any given time. You are actually in control with your brain now. Now you can choose to be like, oh, I feel so sad about life and I'm depressed and I'm this, that, and the other. That's your choice at that time because now it's your brain talking. Because your body is completely quieted down and you're like freaking out because I've never been so demotivated and so before. This is sometimes people relapse during those times as well, but it's ridiculous for them to relapse at that time because they don't feel like porn. They don't want to be with women. It's like, it's a very interesting journey. And then you get past 60 days and now your brain is beginning to working. Like it's now joining together in such a way that it's becoming optimal. And during those 60 to 90 days, you're now cementing this brain concoction in your body in such a way that everything is optimalized. Now, over time, consistently now, your testosterone levels will go up based upon your goals. Okay, this is interesting. This is crucial information. And I probably haven't shared it this way before because I'm getting an epiphany right now. If you understand how this works, you have to combine your semen retention thing with goals. Okay, if you don't have goals and you're taking massive action on a continual basis, your semen retention will not work for you even past 90 days. You have to apply goals and bigger goals and goals that make you fail, goals that reject you on a daily basis. Okay, but reject you in a way that meant tomorrow I'm going to hit it. Okay, so it's not about having goals that are way too big and you fail every single day to achieve them because that's going to demotivate you and destroy your testosterone levels. But if you create goals that are a little bit harder than what you've been capable of doing in the past, you're now pushing yourself to the next level of testosterone. You're telling your body to produce more sperm based upon the goals that you need to achieve. Does that make sense? So if you continuously push yourself in the right direction of your dreams and goals every single day and you fail and you do it until you're too tired, right? And you just can't do it anymore. You know, that's what you need to be doing on a daily basis to get the best out of semen retention. Because that semen retention will follow suit with your goals. So if you don't have any goals and you're on day 200 of semen retention, who cares? You suck, okay? Because you haven't set goals that will help you to get to the nth degree in terms of lifestyle, in terms of getting the most beautiful women, in terms of becoming massively rich, right? You have to do that in conjunction with semen retention. Okay, so now that you understand this whole picture, let's go back to the first 30 days where you're getting aggression and anger. How can we handle this? Well, first of all, you got to realize that it's not going to last forever. Obviously, it's just a small little phase, a blip of something that happened. It's just an event, just like a relapse is just an event, but you freaking have to start over every single time on day one. Fun, right? Getting angry or getting annoyed or getting irritated, it's only about getting past 30 days, guys. Past 30 days, it's almost unheard of someone becoming angry or annoyed or irritated on a long-term basis. Okay, if you get past 30 days and you still have the anger and aggression and annoying issues, it's very often and you can't control it. It's very often very short term. You're going to basically realize what happened just an hour or two after, or the next day, or maybe you will feel like you don't care. And if you don't care, that's okay. That's indifference. That's masculine. Okay, but you want to make sure you don't care at the same time as it's working in your favor, if that makes sense. It needs to be rational at all times. So the point is, it's not going to be a part of your lifestyle. That's a good thing. Because very often, maybe you have struggled with this in the past where you always get angry, you always get irritated, you always get annoyed. Well, that's going to change. Once you get past 60 days of semen retention, and 90 days for sure, that will be cemented in you at all, that your body is not going to have so much testosterone that it's impossible to control it. So much aggression that it's impossible to control. You will be able to control your emotions. But then it's up to you, according to how you set your goals, in terms of how much testosterone will be building in you, but in a controllable manner, if that makes sense. So at all times, you want to make sure that you can control your emotions. That's masculinity. Controlling your thoughts, controlling your emotions, controlling your behavior. If you can control all of those things, you will be able to control what you're thinking about. And goals and action is all about remembering, right? It's all about remembering what you were supposed to do. Because then it's just, oh, I just need to get experience in this arena. I just need to do this 10,000 hours. And if I do this 10,000 hours or 10,000 times, I'll have confidence and mastery in that process. And if I've got mastery in that process with 10,000 hours behind me, you know, like most guys don't get those 10,000 hours because they get distracted by everything. So they become jack of all trades with everything because they're continuously distracted because they're girls, basically. Once you become a man and you can control your thoughts, you can control your behavior, you can control your actions and your emotions, then it's up to you what you do on a daily basis. You will rationally be actually planning your work and working your plan. And no matter what your goals and dreams are, you will achieve them because you will know the strategy that is required in order to achieve it. And then you'll actually freaking take the necessary action steps to get there. You can no longer, at this point in time, will you be stuck in the past. And, oh, I never achieved my goals and I never this, that, and the other. The only thing that makes you never achieve your goals and dreams is because of your femininity, you being distracted. The only reason why you're not able to focus on the thing at hand, the task at hand, is because you're feminine. And your femininity, it has its ground base in you continuously ejaculating on a continual basis, having a reproductive cycle just like the women have. Every time you ejaculate, you're demotivated and you don't feel like doing anything and blah, blah, blah. And then you like your testosterone is building again, you blah, blah, blah. Now you're motivated and you're taking massive action, and then you kind of have these girls that you want to be around because you're fired up, excited, and your sperm cells, right? And then you ejaculate, right? Either with them or with porn or whatever it is. And then you start the cycle again. You're not motivated. You're not interested in that girl either. You're not interested in that. And then it goes again. Oh, reproductive cycle. Get out of that rat race. I explained this on another video called the reproductive cycle with women or something. I don't know. Get out of the rat race. The rat race with women. That's what it was. So aggression and anger. I'm going off topic a little bit, but how do you tackle it? You just needed to know that it's just going to be for a short term. Once you get past 30 days, it's not going to happen very often again. And if it does, again, it's just short term. You're going to get over it and you're going to move on. Toxic masculinity is basically femininity. It's the guys who can't control their emotions, but they have high testosterone levels and they can't control their emotions. That's toxic masculinity, but it's really femininity. Okay, it's complete femininity because they can't control themselves. Masculinity, like toxic masculinity, it's like an oxymoron. It doesn't work. It's not the same thing at all. It's like there's nothing toxic about masculinity once you understand what masculinity is all about. And it's about controlling your emotions, controlling your thoughts, controlling everything in a rational manner so that you never get in trouble. So is there anything else to say about aggression and anger? You guys will have to tell me your experiences with aggression and anger and ask me, like, how should I have handled this and how should I have handled that? Because it doesn't happen to me very often. What I can say maybe is to be more disciplined, work more, okay? Like this is the solution to everything, okay? To everything. In your first 30 days, your first 90 days, your next 1,000 days, this is the solution to everything. Work. Work will always be the solution. Forget yourself and your emotions and go to work. Begin serving other people and serve them at an exponential rate. Begin to understand that I need to work 10 to 12 hours every single day. And when I say work, I mean work. I mean actually serving someone, not just planning and reading and studying, because that's not serving anyone, okay? That should be done like maybe an hour a day maximum. And then like books and stuff. YouTube maybe an hour a day because I have a bit long videos, you know what I'm saying? And then also the studying books if necessary. If you're being coached by me, I don't see really any reason for you to need books immediately unless I tell you that you really need this book. But if you're not a client of mine, you know, maybe you need some books. Maybe you need to read Rich Dad Poor Dad. Maybe you need to read Think and Grow Rich and The Slight Edge and Good to Great and all those fantastic books. But that should be limited to like maximum 2 hours a day. And it should be done when you're exercising or when you're going for a walk or in between work or in between this and that and the other, when you're eating. Like you can do it. You can multitask, educate yourself. However, the rest of the day, 10 hours should be there in front of people or selling something or selling a service for 10 hours a day. So that you can get good at that. That's what you need to get good at, is people skills, working with other people. Work is the solution. When you're in front of other people, you won't be thinking, I need to watch porn and masturbate right now. Or I need to get upset and angry with someone right now. It might happen because you're working with people, right? But the probability that if a nice person talks to you, you won't be angry with them. And very often in business, most people are at least civil, at least nice. If you're spending too much time with your immediate friends or family, maybe you will be, have aggression and being upset and angry all the time. Why are you spending so much time with them? You should be spending time with strangers, building up your business or working in a full-time job or 3 full-time jobs, or not 3 full-time jobs, but 1 full-time job, 2 part-time jobs very often is what I recommend in the beginning. Have that in your first 30 days. You probably won't be able to overcome the first 30 days of semen retention, maybe, unless you have a full-time job and 2 part-time jobs. Yeah, but Joseph, I'm so anxious and I want to get over my semen retention problems first before I start working, before I go out into the public, because I get really anxious in front of people. That's what you need to work on, not your semen retention. Your semen retention will work in the background if you go out and meet people and start serving them and start getting a full-time job. And how do you get a full-time job? I'm just covering everything now for everyone here. Apply for 50 jobs a day, 1 job a day or 3 jobs a week is not enough. You're not doing what's necessary in order for you to get a job. Apply for 50 jobs a week. Tell them that you're willing to work for free for a week just for them to test you and see if you're worthwhile, right? Apply for 100 jobs per day. What's required for that to happen? Okay, you having a general application, a general resume on a piece of paper written out nicely. Okay, you can get help for that. You can pay people to help you with your resume and your application process. Do it. It's worth it so that you don't have to waste time. And then you go to 100 places. It doesn't matter what your education is. Get a freaking full-time job. You know, sit at the Target or at the supermarket or whatever it is. Get a job. Anything is better than nothing. Okay? And hand out your application face to face. Is the manager here? Here's my application and resume. Can I speak to them, please? Blah, blah, blah. And you give them out to 100 people every single day. Trust me, eventually someone will call you, and then you follow up with those that you really, really want. And you do that for a week or 2 or 3 or 4 until you've got 3 jobs. Okay, you'll get tons of interviews and you'll have 3 jobs. Trust me, it's simply a numbers game. Oh, but I can't get a job. I just gave you the formula to get a job. That's the best thing you can do to succeed with semen retention. Finally, after 3 years of struggling with semen retention because you've been home all the time, that was the solution all of the time, to simply work. It solves the problem of semen retention. You finally will get past the 30 days and everything is just going uphill from then on. Okay, actually we'll go downhill a little bit, but then past 60 days, you'll go uphill continuously. It will work with your body. And number 2, your aggression, the stuff that you're struggling with, that's going to disappear as well when you're working a lot because you're performing discipline. You're taking disciplined action in the direction of your dreams and goals. Do that first. Once you have that in place, then we can talk business. Don't do business before you have a full-time job and 2 part-time jobs, because then it's a waste of time. You're not going to succeed because you're not disciplined. You can't do the semen retention thing, and you're just wasting your time being in front of the computer and being distracted by Instagram or whatever else social media is around. Masculinity is working 10 to 12 hours a day, serving other people so that they can pay you value in return. When you have value, you're masculine. This is power. You now can choose what you do with that money, and you invest in those things that you want to invest in. Does that make sense? So hope that helped you guys a lot. I'm just going to answer questions. So give them now if you really want answers to your questions, and then I'm out of here. Bad Dro. What is he saying? Okay, let's consider your 3 girls in love theory. How that system would impact kids, for example. How would kids develop with 3 moms? Have you considered that angle? That is the beginning function of 3 girls in love. If you're still here, I'm answering your question right now. We discovered this system because of kids. We discovered this system because of a woman needing and desiring to 100% take care of her kids. Those are my kids. I have 3 kids. Okay, and they're all below the age of 10. They need a lot. Okay, they have emotional needs. They have things that they want us to buy for them. They have talents and hobbies that they want to do. But most importantly, they are homeschooled. Homeschooling with a mother who wants to take care of them and give them attention on a continual daily basis, who wants to give them the nutrition that they need every single 3 hours of the day. Very often, remember, kids are awake for 14 to 16 hours every single day. That's 5 meals. Okay, a woman has to make those 5 meals, preferably from scratch, right? Because of nutrition purposes, or else, you know, most moms will use fast food. You'll see it. Go outside and see. You see all those moms with their kids at McDonald's or at Burger King and all that stuff because the mother doesn't have capacity. She doesn't have motivation to be in the kitchen 8 hours a day. What do? Oh, you make food, and then you have to clean up, and then you have to feed them, and then you have to, you know, it's that order, and then you have to make food again in an hour's time. or 2 hours time, and then you have to do the whole thing over and over and over again. Can you imagine doing that for the first 10 years of your marriage if you immediately get kids? That's what my wife experienced. Okay, sucky life. Okay, and in addition, she has to make sure that she cleans the house and make sure that everything is nice. And in addition to that, she has her own emotional needs. She wants to do this. She wants to go shopping. She wants to, achieve this, and she has talents and hobbies that she wants to become better at. And she never has time for herself. Not only that, but there's no other women there to encourage her and to nurture her and be there and give her the emotional support that she needs. Women are social creatures. For her to stand alone in the kitchen is the worst punishment that you can give to a woman. If you believe that responsible three girls in love polygyny is for you, you're heavily mistaken. This is for women and children, so that you can actually have the exponential growth curve in providing financial rewards for these women and children that you love with all of your heart. As a man, you're not able to focus on building a business and becoming rich because you're always drawn back to her needs in the home because they need help with this and they need help with that. We've chosen the hard route because we wanted to homeschool them. We didn't want to put our kids in public school because horrific things happen in public school. Think about how you were teased and mocked and all those stuff in public school. That wouldn't happen at home, right? There's social hierarchies in school that kids that age don't have to be exposed to. They don't have to be in a classroom for flipping 7 hours a day being told what to do by a teacher who is probably a socialist and is probably going to put her or vomit her opinions on that child. And that child also does not get attention from that teacher because that teacher has 25 different students. We're doing it for the kids. Three Girls in Love is for the kids and the women, not for you. However, if you do it right, you will be massively rewarded for your actions, for you managing to provide harmony in the home because you continuously take the blame and you actually bring in the dough massively and exponentially. So I hope this answers your question about have you considered the angle of kids? I've considered all angles, okay? We discovered Three Girls in Love so that everyone's emotional needs can be met. And they are in Three Girls in Love. And it's mostly for the mother first to be emotionally fulfilled. If she's emotionally fulfilled, they are emotionally fulfilled, right? Because one woman by herself will never be emotionally fulfilled. It's physically impossible for her to be emotionally fulfilled with this kind of schedule, taking care of kids, homeschooling. It's impossible. She needs other women. They together, when they're emotionally fulfilled, nurturing each other and having tons of estrogen going on and femininity, they will nurture the kids. The kids will love that environment with multiple mothers. Because if there's not multiple mothers, who's going to give them attention? Everyone. Can you imagine 3 kids going towards one woman saying, "Mommy, mommy, mommy, mommy"? Her brain explodes. You don't want your woman's brain to explode on a daily basis, do you? Right? So you got to understand this principle. Now you actually have solved the problem. The mothers are emotionally fulfilled and the kids are emotionally fulfilled. Now that everyone's emotionally fulfilled, the leader, the one who created the environment, is now rewarded with peace, with joy, with happiness, with seeing his little kingdom emotionally being amazing for everyone, including himself. And guess what? They're all attracted to him and are working for his cause because they want him to have more power, because the more power he has as a man, the more sexually attracted to him they'll be. If you've noticed, there's tons of ugly men who manage to get beautiful women. Why do you think that is? Is that only because of cash? Not so. Because you can see dirt poor guys who are ugly who get beautiful women. How do they do that? Confidence, power. Okay. So if a woman desires a man to have power, then she continuously elevates her sexual attraction to him because of it. She'll continuously be drawn towards him and he will be rewarded because of it. But actually, who is it that is emotionally fulfilled from from the man being attractive. It's the women. One of the biggest things that women need in order for them to be emotionally fulfilled is being in love. Being in love is an emotional need for feminine creatures. Okay? If they're in love, their potential exponentially increases. They're motivated on a daily basis. They can live on air and love, okay? And they basically are blind to your weaknesses so that you have time to develop them, okay? If a woman is in love, everything is amazing. And Three Girls in Love is a system that makes sure that women are in love for the rest of their lives, not just the honeymoon phase, okay? So hope that answers your question. Could go on for hours and hours about that. I hope you guys have a fantastic night and day, no matter where you are in the world. I'm fired up outside your brain. I hope you are too. Let's go the semen retention journey, guys. Let's get that dough and let's establish Three Girls in Love, responsible polygyny, so that there can be peace on earth. See you guys in the next one.